Hello students, today we will discuss about the representation of complex number. How can we represent complex numbers? Okay. Complex numbers. The first way of representation is ordered pair form. Ordered pair form. Suppose that let z equal to x plus iota y is a given complex numbers. Then x plus iota y can be written as x y. This complex number x plus iota y can be written as ordered pair x comma y. Here x is the real part of z and y is the imaginary part of z. So any complex number can be represented in the ordered pair form as x comma y, where x is the real part of z and y is the imaginary part of z. For example, 3 plus 4 iota can be written as 3 comma 4. Minus 2 minus iota can be written as minus 2 minus 1. 3 iota can be written as 0 comma 3, or 4 also can be written as 4 comma 0. But if you want to write any complex number in the ordered form, then it should be in the standard form. If any complex number is given in the complicated form 3 plus 4 iota upon 2 plus iota whole square, then first we convert the given complex number into the standard form, and after it, this is the representation of the given complex number in the ordered pair form. Now, second way of the representation is geometrical representation of a complex number. We know that well, if we want to plot any point in a plane, then first we need to have two mutually perpendicular axes. One is horizontal, other is vertical. Horizontal axis known as x-axis, vertical axis known as y-axis, and the point of intersection of both the axes are known as the origin. So here also geometrical, how can be complex number geometrically? So let z equal to x plus iota y be a given complex number. And we want to represent this number geometrically. So again, here we need a plane for plotting of a complex number. So this plane known as Arga plane, Gaussian plane, or complex plane. So for the plotting of a complex number, we need to a plane is known as Arga plane, Gaussian plane, and complex plane, in which there are two mutually perpendicular axes. One is horizontal axis, and this axis is known as real axis, and other is the vertical axis, is known as imaginary axis. Imaginary axis, and the point of intersection known as the again origin. Okay, so here there are again two quadrant, first, second, third, and fourth. Here plus plus, same thing here, minus plus, minus minus, and plus minus. That means if the real part and imaginary part both are positive, if real and imaginary both part are positive, then we can say the complex number lies in first quadrant. If x is negative, that means real part is negative, imaginary part is positive, then the complex number lies in second quadrant. If both the part of the complex number, that means real and imaginary, both the parts are negative, then we can say the complex number lies in third quadrant. And finally, if real part is positive and negative part is negative, then we can say the complex number lies in fourth quadrant. So here the complex number is given z equal to x plus iota y. This number also represent as ordered pair form x comma y. So we take a point P here. This is the point P. Draw a perpendicular there. So O to M, this distance is x and this distance is y, and P represent the complex number in orthogonal plane by z equal to x plus iota y. Okay, so if z equal to x plus iota y, here x and y are, suppose that x and y both are positive, so clearly real and imaginary both parts are positive. So we take a point P, draw a perpendicular on x, real axis, so O to M, treat as x, and M to P treat as y. So point P represent the complex number z in orthogonal plane. So similarly, you can represent here some more numbers. Suppose that, for example, we want to plot 3 plus minus 3 plus 4 iota. So here 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the point Q, which represents the complex number minus 3 plus 4 iota. So this is the format by which we can represent any complex number in the orthogonal plane, Gaussian plane, and complex plane. A plane in which we plot the given complex number known as the orthogonal plane, Gaussian plane, or complex plane. Now we will discuss modulus of a complex number. Modulus, that means the how can be that means the what is the now we will discuss about the modulus of a complex number. Let z equal to x plus iota y be a given complex number. Be a given complex number. Then modulus of z denoted by magnitude, mod of z. Here mod z equal to square root of x square plus y square. Modulus of z means we want to find here the magnitude of the complex number z. So if z equal to x plus iota y, clearly where x and y are the real numbers, x is the real part, y is the imaginary part of the z. So the modulus of the z is denoted by mod z, and magnitude of z is equal to under root of x square plus y square. That means real part of z square plus imaginary part of z whole square. So this is the modulus of a complex number. For example, z equal to 3 plus 4 iota. then magnitude or modulus of z is given by 3 square plus 4 square, that means square root of 9 plus 16, square root of 25, that means 5. So if a complex number z equal to 3 plus 4 iota is given, so how can we find the modulus z? Mod z equal to under root of x square plus y square, that means 3 square plus 4 square, 9 plus 16, 25 equal to 5. Now I am taking another example. Z equal to minus 6 plus 8 iota. That means magnitude of z equal to minus 6 square plus 8 square, that means 36 plus 64, this is 10. And another example, z equal to minus a minus b iota, that means magnitude of z equal to square root of minus a whole square plus minus b whole square, that means square root of a square plus b square. So this is the way by which we can find the modulus of a complex number. Let z equal to x plus iota y, that means modulus of z equal to x square plus y square. If we are discussing about the complex number, here we are finding modulus of z. So what is the geometrical interpretation of magnitude of z or modulus of z? What is showing modulus of z? So we use here Argand plane. P is the point which represents the complex number z. Okay, so conformly this distance is x, this is y. Z equal to x plus iota y, or this also can be represented by the x comma y as ordered pair form. So if O 0 0 and P represent given complex number in Argand plane, then OP equal to under root of x minus 0 whole square, y minus 0 whole square, that means OP equal to under root of x square plus y square. OP equal to under root x square plus y square, because P point represent the complex number z in Argand plane. This is our Argand plane. Okay, Argand plane. So if O is the point origin whose coordinates is always 0 0, P is the point in Argand plane represent the complex number z equal to x plus iota y. This also can be represented in ordered pair form by x comma y. If we find the distance between O and P, so use the formula of distance OP equal to x2 minus x1 square, y2 minus y1 square. So we have OP equal to under root x square plus y square. This means, and so this implies that OP equal to magnitude of z. OP, this is magnitude of z. So what is the geometrical interpretation of modulus of complex number? That means the modulus of a complex number represents the distance of the point which represent the given complex number in the Argand plane from the origin. I am repeating again. Modulus z represent the distance of the point which represent the given complex number in Argand plane from the origin. This is the modulus of a complex number. So again, let z1 equal to x1 plus iota y1 and z2 equal to x2 plus iota y2. There are two given complex number. Okay, now we find z1 minus z2. That means x1 plus iota y1 minus x2 plus iota y2 equal to x1 minus x2 plus iota y1 minus y2. Okay, now magnitude of z1 z2 is equal to, use the again modulus of a complex number. If z equal to x plus iota y, then magnitude of z equal to under root x square plus y square. That means magnitude of z1 minus z2 equal to square of the real part x1 minus x2 square y1 minus y2 square. So we are now observing the modulus of the difference of two complex number. Modulus of the difference of two complex number represent the distance between 2 points. They represent the given complex number z1 and z2 in Arga plane. Repeat again. The modulus of the difference of two complex number represent the distance between the points. They represent the given complex number z1 and z2 in Arga plane. Now we will discuss very important topic inside the complex number, argument or amplitude of a complex number. Let z equal to x plus iota y be a given complex number. And theta be the, then argument of z denoted by argument of z. Here argument of z is equal to tan inverse y upon x. Tan inverse y upon x. Suppose that this is a Arga plane. Here a complex number p, point p represents the given complex number z joined to the origin and draw a perpendicular on, and this is the angle theta. This is the angle theta. So this is x, y, because z represents the complex number x plus iota y. So here, or tan theta equal to y upon x. So what is the now argument of z? And 0 less than equal to theta less than 2 pi. An argument of a complex number lying from 0 to and between 2 pi. So suppose that any complex number z represented by the point P in Arga plane, OP is the line joining the origin to the point P. Then the argument of a complex number in the language form. Argument of a complex number is the angle between the line joining the origin to the point which represents the complex number with the real axis. With the real axis is known as the argument of z. And argument of z based on the complex number lies in first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant or fourth quadrant. Principal argument. One more term, important term. Principal argument. if alpha be the acute angle such that tan alpha equal to y upon x. Alpha is the with the acute angle, then argument, then principal argument theta is lies from as minus pi less than equal to theta less than equal to pi. So if alpha be the acute angle such that tan alpha equal to y upon x, then principal argument theta lies from as minus pi less than theta less than equal to pi. This is saying that if Z lies in first quadrant, x positive, y positive, so theta equal to alpha. If Z lies in first quadrant where x positive and y positive, the principal argument theta is equal to alpha. If Z lies in second quadrant, x less than 0, y greater than 0, then principal argument theta equal to pi minus alpha. If Z lies in second quadrant, x less than 0, y greater than 0, then the principal argument theta is equal to pi minus alpha. If Z lies in third quadrant, x less than 0, y less than 0, then theta equal to, now principal argument theta is equal to minus pi minus alpha, because the range of the principal argument is lying between minus pi to pi. And finally, if Z lies in fourth quadrant, then fourth quadrant means x positive and y negative, then principal argument theta equal to minus alpha. So this is the way how can we find the principal argument of a complex number in different quadrant.